Thank you for joining the Share the Love Speed Mentoring event. We're just waiting for everybody to come out of their breakout.
Is that who I just saw?
Yeah. We have a special guest, and that's Emile Heskey that's just joined us.
Yeah, I'm a former football player. I started my career at Leicester City. I made my professional debut at the age of 17. Played there until I was 22 and moved to Liverpool for a big fee. So there was a lot of pressure on me, but I dealt with that quite well. Played for England as well. Went to 2 World Cups and 2 European Championships. Then played for, who else did I play for? Birmingham, Wigan, Aston Villa, Bolton, and then I went to Australia for 2 years as well before coming back. And now I'm a coach and ambassador for Leicester City women's football team.
Mm-hmm.
Plus I do some TV work as well. So I'm on the television every now and again with Ian Wright and different people doing punditry.
Can I ask you, how did you know you wanted to get into to football? And I'm talking from an early age.
Well, I actually preferred athletics at an early age. I just loved to run, and then went to primary school, secondary school, and that's when the teachers started to evolve and wanted me to go into football. And I had a football at my feet all the time. My dad was very strict in a sense of coaching and fitness and discipline. So I would train, even though I was training, we used to train Tuesday night and Thursday night, like probably some of you. If you're coaching now, if you're playing now, you probably train on Tuesday and Thursday night. That's what I was doing. But in between, my dad used to take me to the park. I used to do running. I used to run up the hills. We did some crazy stuff, running up the stairs in flats. So yeah, I had a dedication that was probably above what everyone else had. And that helped me in the progression. But from the age of 9, 10, it was something that I wanted to do. But from the age of 15, 16, that's when it became a reality that I actually can do it. But I still had that mindset of, I'm still going to achieve something in this.
Do you have any advice for us?
For what are you doing? What are you wanting to do?
I just want to become like a pro, like you.
Well, the professional football, dedicate yourself to that, to training, to working hard. The thing is, everyone's working hard, but you've got to work. Everyone's got talent, but you just got to work as hard as everyone else, and if not harder. One thing I will say as well is education is key, because just in case it doesn't happen, at least you got something else. Because one thing as well, football is a massive industry. If you fall out of football within the playing aspect of things, it doesn't mean you can't I know all of you like YouTube, it doesn't mean you can't be a content supplier for the Premier League. So it doesn't mean that you can't work within Arsenal in a different capacity if you've got your qualifications. So one thing is, everyone says, don't throw all your eggs in one basket. But education is key, because again, you guys are the key to the next future. So if you wanted to get into digital marketing, work on that. If you do content, work on that, because guess what? Arsenal need content. They need content 24/7. They need someone who does the filming. They need someone with a brain that's outside of the normal, that brings a lot of viewers in. So don't just always think about the playing side of football. There's other sides to it as well, if you don't manage to make it.
What relationship should you have with a manager? Like, what type of relationship?
Well, the thing is, the manager is the one who's key to picking you. So hopefully you'll have a good relationship with the manager, and as well, it's for the manager to have a good relationship with you, because you're the one who's going to hopefully keep him in a job. So I'm coaching now, and I'll give you an example. I'm the sort of person that wants to keep everyone happy. I'm not going to be able to do it all the time, but I will try and keep everyone happy. If you need an arm around you, if you're down and you need an arm around you and you need encouragement, I'll be the person to do that. Or I have someone within my team that can do that. Because you should always have a good relationship with your workers, because they're the ones who are going to steer you out of trouble and keep you winning stuff.
How did you get into professional football?
I was spotted playing for my school when I was 9. From there, I went to Leicester City's what they called academy then. It was called Centre of Excellence. So there was a load of kids come down. I used to go with first I went with my parents, and then other parents would take me. And you'd just be coached by the best coaches that they have. And then over the years, the groups get smaller and smaller and smaller to the point where the best will still be there. But if you're not there, don't forget there's other clubs around that will take you. Your development might be a little bit slower than others. I played first team football at 16, but my best friend was probably ready for first team football at 19. So his progression was a little bit slower than mine. So don't think if you're not where you think you should be at a certain time, it doesn't mean that you're not going to make it. You just got to keep working at it.
So I also play for East Side, and they're trying to get me into West Ham. So I'm not sure what I should do while I'm playing for the other team, because then I'm not really sure if I'm good enough to get into there yet. So you're
always good enough.
Oh, okay.
When people are looking at you, if people are looking at you and saying that they want you somewhere, you're always good enough. That's your mindset. That's what your mindset should be. You're always good enough. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
What skills are you good at, like passing?
Skills. I was good at everything. That's why I played. I worked on everything. So basically, when it comes to football, it's not necessarily about skills and touches, and it's about how you actually play with your teammates and working in that environment. And that's the same as any other working environment, to be honest with you, because again, you're going to be working with other people that you've got to get along with, and you've got to form a bond that makes your production within that industry bigger and better. I was good at working with others and bringing the best out of them. I was a goal scorer. I was that sort of player.
If I do make a pro, I want to be a left winger. So what type of skill would you need to have if you want to be a left winger?
To be a left winger, you've got to have to be a footballer, you've got to have the fitness. Your fitness has got to be very, very up to the top there. So I think working on that first. Skills nowadays, everyone's got skills. It's what you're bringing differently. So you can work on all your different skills, like what Ronaldinho does. I don't know if you must know Ronaldinho, right?
Yeah.
So you can all work on them sort of things. But again, a lot of managers look at what you do, not what you do on the ball, but more what you do off the ball, and more about your hard work and dedication.
How much get paid weekly?
How much did I?
Yeah, how much get paid weekly?
I got paid very well. Put it that way.
Is it enough to buy a mansion?
Is that what you're thinking about?
Nah, I'm thinking about just giving family my money.
I think what you got. The main thing is to focus on achieving first. Everything will come with that. Main thing is focus on where you're going to get to, how you're going to get to there, and then all that other stuff comes with it. Once you start getting successful.
And I think as well, would you agree that, is if you put your mind to anything, you find something that you're good with, and you put your mind to it, you will be able to provide for your family.
100%.
You will be able to pay those bills.
And the thing is, I think a lot of the time, you put your mind to anything, you will achieve. There's nothing. A lot of people will say, "Oh, you can't do this and you can't do that," but if you put your mind to it, and I think we get scared off a lot of the time. A lot of babies go and do things, and you watch them fall down, and they'll go and do it again. You watch them fall down, and then eventually they get there, and you see the big smile on their face. But we get hurt by one setback, and say, "Oh, we can't do this now." Whereas we've got to probably try and push through.
Who was your idol when you was younger?
Ian Wright was one of them. I had several. I actually had more in athletics, so the likes of Linford Christie, Ed Moses, people like that were my idols when I was younger, and then obviously moved on to football. I actually preferred athletics, like I said before, then moved on to football, and Ian Wright, people that really look like me, to be honest.
I've got a question on your current women development at Leicester. Do you mind telling us what work you're doing there and what the challenges have been?
So I'm ambassador. So I'm ambassador for the women's Leicester City Football Club women's. But I'm actually a coach as well. So I'm actually helping out coaching. I go down 5 days a week. 5 days a week. I just help out with the forward line. I help out with the coaching, and because I'm the only one really there who's been within a full-time environment when it comes to coaching and when it comes to playing. So they lent on me for a lot of advice. And so then in the end, I just kind of morphed into a coach, and I'm actually coaching more than actually doing the ambassadorial stuff, which I'm enjoying. It's good. It's good. I'm enjoying every minute of it, to be honest with you.
Is this the beginnings of Emil going into the FAWSL?
We hope. We don't know. We don't know. I'm actually doing my badges now, so I should be signed off hopefully soon with my B license, and then I'll go jump onto my A and then see where that takes me. The thing is with football, I think we need more black coaches. We need more coaches from a diverse background. We need more women coaches, especially black women coaches. And then the opportunities will arise when you actually put yourself out there. So I'm lucky to have Jonathan Morgan, who's the actual manager, asked me to come and do some coaching and lent on me with that. So I'm lucky with that in that sense, to be honest with you, because I don't know where I would have been able to fit in if I hadn't. It's been good. The kids have got some good questions. Hopefully they've got a little bit out of it. Education is the key. This is something that I'm pushing for now as well. During my football career, I had a lot of time, a lot of spare time, and did nothing with it really. And now I come to the end of my career, and I'm like, well, where's my CV that I can show that I've done X, Y, and Z? In the breakout room, I spoke about how I went to. I'm back studying basically. I'm studying with the UEFA Masters for international players that allows us to do sporting directors and learn more the business side of football. But I shouldn't have to come to 43 to be learning that now. Why can't I do that while I was actually playing? And this is something I'm pushing for, especially for the kids nowadays too, because you have a lot of time on your hand. If you don't make it within the playing side of things, there's everything you use within what we call everyday life is used within football. So you can still have a career within football, but a different aspect of it. Like I said, content creators, we need them. Especially within the women's game, because we have to figure out different ways of attracting crowds.
Right.
And whereas the men, it's kind of a given. Where in the women's side, you have to create something for people to come in, because we have a different demographics of people. So in essence, for men's football, it's just a guy who drinks and happy with his mates and go and watch football. But for the women's game, it's more family orientated. So you've got to think outside the box a little bit more. I'd just say thank you for having me today. It's been inspirational to actually speak to kids and help everyone on here in any way I possibly can. I've got a lot to give back, not just for football, but for everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you, Emil.
No worries.